Welcome to Say Something Nice Reviews. I believe that there's good in all video games, and here we try to find it, challenging ourselves to say something nice about every single video game that we play. Some will be easy, others not so much. Today, we'll be looking at The Curse of the Nordic Cove. I'm just so excited to be doing my first video. I'm a little bit nervous, so I just want to check and make sure that everything's in order so far. Here, let me see. Fuck! The Curse of the Nordic Cove. This is a game developed by On the Level Studios, and it's available on Steam. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh yeah, good first impression, a motion comic, the epitome of storytelling. Oh geez, girls are easy to draw. Polly Chops? Okay, naming team took a break after that one. So, let me get this straight. This golf game is about an ancient Nordic entity named Helfdame?
Beer.
So the first thing you'll notice is how funny this game is. The first thing I noticed is that the game controls are like shit. The game has bindings for a controller, but my 360 controller didn't work, so, that's a good start. Joy to key to the rescue. Okay, so we're gonna pick up these golf clubs and a potato gun for some reason, and head over to the tee. Once you do that, it turns into a pretty standard golf game. But the ball physics are awful. The ball doesn't fly, or land, or bounce, or move, or anything like a golf ball would. Also, sometimes this. Is that the ball hitting the skybox? Why, yes. Yes, it is. Now, why wouldn't they just expand their skybox, you might ask? Or maybe reduce the loft of the ball, you could mention. I don't know. I can answer these questions for you. You might as well be asking me, what's the meaning of life? Or are we alone in this endless expanse of existence? Or why are they even called woodchucks if they can't chuck wood? Do you think that people who named oranges oranges pulled carrots out of the ground for the first time and were like, oh shit. I don't know. Your guess is fucking as good as mine. Oh yeah, okay, so now this is a first-person shooter. And wraiths? Makes sense. Unsurprisingly, just like everything else in the game so far except for the actual golfing, the gun doesn't feel particularly great. But let's go try putting.
Take that!
Finally, a realistic golfing game. So here we meet Dr. Bray. No relation.
It seems when we removed this fragment in the case, all hell, excuse my language, broke loose.
While the written dialogue is not great, the voice acting in this scene, and most of the game, is actually pretty good. The actors are not stiff, and they add a bit of character to their roles.
Yeah, babe, it's Dr. Bray and me.
Hey, hon. Dr. Bray. Things are getting a little spooky around.
Okay, Kate's lines are an exception. The doc tells us we need to go collect fragments and find the groundskeeper Victor. The very next scene is the meeting with Victor.
Weapons. Well, you can get some good action off of it if you use it right. So remember this. You only have...
But why? What is happening? Where did that wraith come from? Why didn't Vic notice? Was it just to show that they can break golf clubs? Why not just have a line explaining that? Or show it in the intro tutorial? This scene is... Here, let me do my calculations real quick. Carry the one. Fucking insane. After all of that, we're now playing a standard golf game. Excellent. Oh, I have to walk to my shot? That's kind of interesting. Oh, I'm going to get attacked? Excellent. The hitboxes are terrible. It's impossible to tell distance, and sometimes it seems like swinging works completely at random. The golf ball gun kills them quickly, but you're limited on shots, and at the end of each hole is a boss wraith who has much higher health, and it's best to save your golf ball gun ammo and special moves for them. If you die before you complete the hole, you have to start over. Since the hitboxes are poor and dying is almost guaranteed, this can be extremely frustrating. They must have realized that, because I swear, after I died a couple times in some holes, enemies just stopped spawning, as if the game was letting me just move on with the hole. Alright, so we completed all 9 holes, we beat our final hole boss, we got our scorecard, and that's Nordic Cove. All in all, wait. No way. That's not the end of the game? I cannot believe this game is still going, and I can't believe I'm playing as another character. So now as Dr. Bray, we need to escape this room as Wraiths are trying to get in. Okay, so what do I do? 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 Oh, I'm supposed to hit the box? Well, okay, but the prompt said I need to push and pull the objects. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just stupid, but at no point in this game thus far has breaking objects been a mechanic. And then in the occasion that it wants you to actually break something, it puts up a prompt telling you specifically to push and pull things to solve your problems. Okay, you got that box out of the way. So, now Dr. Bray is going to push and pull these golf carts out of the way so that he can escape. Hey, so why not just slide through the golf carts? Or, I don't know, climb up on top of them and walk on top of the shells. At first I thought it was because, he was old and weak, but then I remember that time he pulled golf carts instead of driving them. Oh hey, why not drive the golf carts? Honestly, this section is actually kind of intense. The door to the shed rattles when you get close to it, and you can hear Wraiths outside trying to get in. Dr. Bray makes terror noises randomly, and the health bar slowly depletes over time. His speed makes it so that you'll likely be in the red in health by the time you hit the door. After you get out of that room, Dr. Bray goes into a giant hole in the side of this rock for some reason. Good. Here you will solve 2 of the easiest puzzles in the world. In the first, you match stones with markings to matching markings on tiles on the floor. In the second, you see this little pillar with the same 3 markings in descending order. On the other side of the bridge are various stones with various variations of those markings. You have to find the ones that match the pillar exactly and bring them to it in order. Not only is this boring, but Dr. Bray cannot run or jump. This is his pace. Always. And forever. Into eternity. I gotta spice this up a little bit. We gotta make Dr. Bray's sex a little bit more interesting. Here, I have an idea.
It's the motherfucking D.R.E. Dr. Dre, motherfucker!
Yeah? Okay. Oh, something happened in here? Cool, what's the point of it? Oh, nothing, huh? Yeah, that's a real good use of time. Oh, a vehicle section, huh? I'm sure this'll feel great. A regular Gran Turismo. Sign me up. Here we go.
Hey, it's time to make some crazy money. Are you ready? Here we go!
The fuck was that? Yeah, I died for some reason. It seems like I spontaneously combusted. Maybe there's some missiles or something I didn't see. Makes about as much sense as the rest of this game. Nope. No. That was definitely not an invisible missile. I'm getting flipped by the collision of the Wraiths coming out of the ground. I'm getting flipped by Wraiths coming out of the ground. Was this game even tested? Here, let's skip ahead a little bit and peek at the credits. Why, yes. Yes, it was. In fact, you can tell it was before you even see the credits. See, this section has a shocking mechanic that they specifically mention you can use to get out of places that you might get stuck, and a red indicator appears on the ground where Wraiths are about to pop up. They clearly saw this problem during development, and this is the best that they can come up with to fix it. The indicators that show up before the Wraiths come out is kind of helpful, but since the actual vehicle controls like trying to drive a goddamn Ouija board, it's sometimes impossible to avoid getting flipped. And again, the developers must have known how ridiculous this all was, because the checkpointing is pretty aggressive, which is nice, but sometimes it checkpoints you into a nightmare. Uh-oh, cutscenes are getting a little janky. Chapter 60, shoot birds. You shoot birds, the boat moves slow. Some birds dive bomb you. You shoot them. Don't drown. Huh. That tree seems awfully small for all those werewolves, but who am I to judge? It's 2016, Now we have a chainsaw? Oh, 10 on 10. Oh my goodness, here he comes. Oh my god, what's happening right now? Am I having a stroke? Why's it got to be like that? And this isn't some random bug either. Every single time I played this section, this happened. Once you die here, there are no more werewolves to be seen. Oh, it's a maze. I have just such high hopes for this section. So we have to go around cutting these face roots in order to make Healfdene vulnerable, or something. I don't know. I stopped paying attention after the words Polly and Chops. And once again, the audio in this game shines. See, when you get near a root, the music drops out, and you begin to hear whispers. It's actually nice and atmospheric. Well, for the first 3 or so, but 10 roots is about 7 too many. We have finally found Kate, who was stuck in the cave behind this wall. And oh my god, Polly is a piece of shit. And just like in the opening art, Kate is easily the worst looking model in this game. So she needs to collect these runes to open the door, or portal, or whatever. Oh, maybe I should review Portal instead. Nah, that game sucks. Oh, okay, a stealth section. Again, it's a missed opportunity. So you sneak around picking up these runes while a couple of big guards circle around this floating Healfdene over here. If you pick up false runes, you can use them to distract the guards by throwing them, but the aggro range of the guards is massive and illogical, and these boxes explode if you just sneeze on them. And if you are seen, which you probably will be, you could just simply run away from the guards and... What the fuck was that? Why is that a trope in entertainment? Why do people suddenly just forget how legs work when under pressure? She falls completely randomly, by the way. But even with that, you could just run around and pick up runes, because these guards are so slow. The false runes mechanic is cool but pointless, since the stealth doesn't work well, and in the end, isn't really needed. There's a great amount of tension here, but it comes from really just not wanting to start this section over again. Oh, yep. B-E-A-Beautiful. What else did you expect? Okay, yeah, cool. Hey, game, quick question. The fuck did he come from? Oh, and as a quick follow-up to that, where are the other two? Ah, truly the face of terror. Yep, well, okay, this is a boss fight, alright. These two guards throw their easily dodgeable weapons, and then you try to find their magic hitboxes. Once you kill one, Healfdene joins the fight, and he has 3 whole attacks. A hammer strike that knocks down, but does no damage. A lightning attack that's easy to dodge, and an ice attack that freezes you, but does no damage. After he cycles through these attacks, in order by the way, he falls to the ground and is vulnerable to attack. Then the trick is to find his hitbox. Rinse and repeat.
This can't be happening.
Oh my god, it's finally over? We've done it? We've made it? Wait.
Can't stop archaeology. It's science.
Best way to keep something from happening? Make sure it never happens in the first place.
What? Vit just retconned everything? It was all pointless? Yeah, you know what? Fuck this game. This game did have a few things going for it. A golf game with the first-person action game in between shots is actually kind of interesting. And for such a small indie team to develop a game with so many varied gameplay elements is kind of impressive. This game also did have one thing in particular that went well and, dare I say at times, very good, and that's the audio. From the sound effects to the voice acting to the music, which is all original by the way, the audio worked pretty well. Unfortunately, the gameplay, the plot, the pacing, and just the general decisions about this game were baffling. You know, in some alternate universe, there's probably a version of this game that is actually a silly, cheap, little indie game that revels in its C status. Unfortunately, the version that we have in this universe is just a little too jank in order to be enjoyed, and is not very fun to play. The Curse of the Nordic Cove is not very nice. Thank you for joining me, and remember, as always, if you can't say anything nice,